Thank you for coming. My name is Stedman Graham, and I'm going to talk about this book here, Identity Leadership. And I've kind of dedicated my life to this work. Identity leadership is self-leadership. It's based on the philosophy that you can't lead anybody else until you first lead yourself. I don't know what's more important than yourself. I think that it's very difficult to lead yourself the way it's set up. And based on, one of the things that I think that people, when they talk about the meaning of life, you're kind of fortunate if you can answer two questions. And we've been searching for the meaning of life for a long time. And the two questions that I think represent the meaning of life is, who are you? Do you know who you are? And do you know who you can become? So that's a broad spectrum between one and the other. And I don't even know how you answer those questions unless you are able to focus on self-development and that you know who you are as the foundation for organizing content and information. Most people will never get there because it's not even set up for you to work on self. Most people, they wake up in the morning, they wash their face, they brush their teeth, they get something to eat, they get the kids off to school, work all day, come home in the afternoon, they spend time with the family, they watch TV, they go to bed, maybe they dream that's Monday. I don't know how you work on self if you are on Tuesday. You get up in the morning, you wash your face, you brush your teeth, you get something to eat, you get the kids off to school, work all day, come home in the afternoon, you spend time with the family, you watch TV, you go to bed, maybe you dream. That's Tuesday. And then Wednesday, you got about 8 billion people around the world. 1% run the world, everybody else is following. So on Wednesday, most of the people in the world, they wake up in the morning, they wash their face, they brush their teeth, they get something to eat, they get the kids off to school, work all day, come home in the afternoon, they spend time with the family, they watch TV, they go to bed, maybe they dream. That's Wednesday. So you kind of know where I'm going, right? So if you did the same thing you did yesterday as you would do today, as you would do tomorrow, what have you done? Pretty much nothing. And most people are doing the same thing over and over, and then they go to school and they say, I'm going to get some education, and the educational system teaches them how to memorize and take tests, repeat information back, you get labeled with a grade, and 2 weeks later, if I asked you what you learned, what would the student say? Probably nothing. So nothing from nothing is really nothing. So the most important question anyone will ever ask you is, do you know who you are? And when you don't know who you are, you're kind of frustrated. You're all over the place. When you don't know who you are, you're not really thinking. You're not engaged. When you don't know who you are, you don't know how to take information, education, make it relevant to your heart, to your soul, transfer it to your mind so you become a thinking human being, and then transferring that to the American free enterprise system or the global market to create and design your own future. When you don't know who you are, you're pretty much, some people say you're lost. And how many people are lost in the world, ladies and gentlemen, you think? 99.99% of the people pretty much are lost. Doing the same thing over and over, pretty much not engaged in the world that they live in. And so you couldn't have a better time than now, because we have access to technology, to be alive. So to be able to take information and education and make it relevant to your development in the 24 hours that you have every single day, which is what makes everyone equal, everybody has 24 hours, is really the opportunity. So I've been working on this all of my life, in my own life, for my own self. I grew up in an all small town, all black town surrounded by a white county where they said nothing ever good comes out of Whitesboro. We had a lot of good that came out of Whitesboro, but we were being programmed. Grew up in a family with 2 special need brothers in my family, which is a tough thing to deal with. I grew up with low self-esteem, a lack of confidence in myself. The only thing that kind of saved me from destroying myself, because I had so much anger, I worked in the prison system for 5 years, but there's no question I would have been in prison in that system with all the rage and anger that I had. And so when you don't know who you are, the world defines you, and it defines you by your race. I had a race-based consciousness, which I was focused on race and thinking I couldn't make it because of the color of my skin. And that was kind of socially constructed and designed to marginalize my existence. And when you don't know who you are, the world defines you by your family, like I just talked about. The world defines you by your house and your car and your money and your title and your job. And the world defines you by your religion. And it tells women, you know, you can't make it because it's a man's world. No, you can't make it because you don't know who you are. And the world defines you by all of these labels. And so what I learned through all of that, I also, in my relationship with Oprah, some of you might know that, you know, I was put into a box based on that. And every time I step out the door, people define me as Oprah's man. And so I got stuck in that box, and which is why I write about identity, because I lost mine. And so my ability to be able to learn these three things, number one, it's not how the world defines you, it's how you define yourself. Secondly, whoever you turn your power over to define you will always define you as less than them. So you can't afford to turn your power over to somebody else to determine your value. The third thing I learned, if you're looking for freedom, you'll never find it on the outside. Freedom is only on the inside. So I created a 9-step success process that I'll just go through. I know we have a short amount of time left here, that teaches you how to self-actualize your potential. Maslow's highest development is self-actualization. Most people will never get there, ladies and gentlemen. They can't get there the way it's set up. So the first step is called check your ID, which is based on the most powerful word in the world. Now you have to have this word. If you don't have this word, you're pretty much going to be out of it. I don't even know how you begin to develop or source content. So today we have a lot of information. I don't know how you are able to take information and apply it to your own development if you don't have this word. Most powerful word in the world is spelled L-O-V-E, love. If your life is not based on that word, you're pretty much not going to really be able to maximize your potential as a human being. And so when we talk about organizing love, it's simply writing down, getting a piece of paper, writing down everything that you're passionate about, writing down what you love in your life, what makes you happy, organizing your talents, your skills, and your ability. And so when you're able to do that, now you're able to take information. What I learned is take information and education and make it relevant to everything you love. And to be able to use this powerful tool right here, to ask it anything and download as much information around what you love every single day, allows you to be able to determine how you're going to source content, organize your life, and order is the highest level of development. The second step, I'm focused on what I love, I'm passionate about the work I'm doing, I'm focusing on my talents, my skills, I'm organizing my life around everything that I love in my life. The second step is you have to have a vision. So vision is powerful because you get to organize the whole world around you. Not who you are. I could care less about who you are. The most important thing is who you can become. And who can you become in the greatest country in the world, one of the greatest countries in the world with America, almost anything. So vision is the second step. What's your vision? What's possible for you? And I'm in the education business. How big is education? Is worldwide. How big should my vision be worldwide? How big should my opportunities be worldwide? How big should my relationships be worldwide? Third step, you got to have a plan. So I'm motivated every single day. I'm focusing on what makes me happy. I'm clear on that. I'm able to organize that. I'm able to take content and information and make it relevant to my development. You know, I have 24 hours every single day. I'm developing a process of continuous improvement based on what makes me happy. Second step, I have a vision. I can see beyond myself. I get to organize a global marketplace today. The third step is you got to have a plan. You got to be able to write it down, organize it, execute it, make it happen. Fourth step, master the rules of the road, your guiding principles. What are they? They are, you got to be a hard worker. Not going to happen if you're not working hard. Hard to work hard if you hate what you do. Determination, perseverance. So developing a value system that is sustainable around things that are important to you. Fifth step, I'm focused on who I am as a person. I'm organizing my life around myself. I get to take information and education and make it relevant to me every single day. I get to source content. I get to organize experiences. I get to be able to focus on my passion. I'm working really hard to determine my value. The value that you give yourself is the value the world gives you. The world sees you as you see yourself. I get to empower myself every single day, not just working and giving everything away. You can't give from an empty cup. So you can only give what you have. Second step, I'm visualize the whole world. I'm organizing the world around me. I'm empowering myself based on the possibilities. I'm developing a vision board and organizing that. Third step, I'm developing a plan. I'm executing. Fourth step, master the rules of the road, your guiding principle. Fifth step, step into the outer limits, overcoming your fears. What are your barriers to success? What holds you back? And so how do you get to the top of the mountain, ladies and gentlemen? It's called one step at a time, one small step. Sixth step, pilot the seasons of change. It's not so much what happens to you, but how you respond to it. We're going through a lot of different changes today, climate changes. We're going through economic changes. We got the war. We're going through that all over the world. So a lot of different changes. What is your internal capacity to deal with change? Only the strong survive. So your ability to be able to adjust to the different changes we have in the world today. Step 7 is build your dream team. Got to have a team. No one makes alone. No man or woman is an island unto themselves. What's your team look like? Your team is always predicated on how strong and weak you are as a person. A strong person attracts a strong team. Weak leader attracts a weak team. Step 8, probably one of my most important steps, to me anyway, is I learned how to source content. Learn how to source information around my passion, my talents, my skills, and my ability. And I'm able to develop a process of continuous improvement around that every single day. Step 9 is commit to your vision. I get to take all of these steps and create a lifestyle around that. Transformation for me every single day, ladies and gentlemen, is being able to move from a negative mindset to a positive mindset. So if I want to transform, you always transform based on love. So the 9-step success process, you can use it in anything that you actually do. You get to organize and segment every part of your life. I'm going to probably end. I don't know if I have time for questions, but I want to end with this poem called Invictus, which I love, by William Ernest Henley. This kind of represents what we're talking about. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstances, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeoning of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years shall find me, and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be able to present to you today.